This week on Real Moms, Real Stories, Real Savvy, we will explore
American companies are dependent on the brain and the brawn and the incredible energy that working mothers bring to the workforce.
There are several options for childcare that parents need to think about.
So you want a small ratio of teacher to children. Here's the reason why. Teachers need time to interact with children on an individual basis.
Stay tuned for these topics and much more today on Real Moms, Real Stories, Real Savvy. One of the most important decisions you'll ever make is choosing the appropriate childcare for your baby. Here are some options to consider in making your determination.
There are several options for childcare that parents need to think about. Of course, there are the childcare centers, and those are usually centers, buildings, institutions that offer care for more than 18 children. There are also family childcare providers. Those are usually women, it could be some men, that care for children in their own home. And there's also, of course, nannies and au pairs. And the arrangements are all a little different for each, but there are opportunities and choices that parents can make, and they can have conversations with Child Care Resource and Referral Services to help them figure out what's the best option for them.
You want a small ratio of teacher to children. Here's the reason why. Teachers need time to interact with children on an individual basis, because all the children in the classroom, let's say we have 15 children in a classroom, each of those children is developing at their own individual pace. If you only have one or two teachers, how can they possibly support the individual growth and development of the individuals? It's not about a classroom of children being moved along. It's about each individual child being moved along.
It's important for the caregiver to ensure that they are legal with the state, which means following the rules and regulations. They need to have a certain amount of hours of training. They need to be involved in associations with other caregivers in their community. They need to be able to engage parents in their services and make sure that there's family involvement. They need to certainly understand everything there is to know about ages and stages of children. They need to be able to understand the expectations for a one-year-old so that they don't place expectations that are not appropriate for that age group.
An early care and education director should have the following qualifications: a formal background in early care and education or child development. So that means a degree from a 4-year accredited college or a technical school in child development or early care and education. They may also have a credential like a national administrator's credential or a similar credential that is equal to something that's equivalent in their state. You really want to make sure that the center covers all of the 4 domains of learning when you're talking about activities at the center. So you're looking for holistic development of young children. So is the center offering physical activities that support not only gross motor skills like running, jumping, hopping, and skipping, but also are they thinking about fine motor skills like doing beading cards or lacing cards, or is a child getting involved with Legos? As far as cognitive development skills, we're looking for language development skills and thinking skills. Is the child being asked open-ended questions? Is the child being challenged? Is the child being able to make choices regarding their learning? As far as social and emotional development, critical components of the child care program that parents sometimes forget about when they're asking, is my child being told every single day they can do it? Are we helping the child get along with their friends? Are we teaching them better ways to behave? And emotional development means, does my child feel good in this environment? Does my child feel safe and supported in this environment? And do my teachers love my child for who I am? So don't be afraid when you go into a center and ask the director, what are you doing for my child's whole development, not just for their intelligence development?
It's very important to monitor the child care arrangement so that your child is safe. And I would recommend that you go into and visit the center or the family child care home and talk to the director, visit the classroom, visit the teachers that your child will be engaged with.
Look to your child and talk to your child, or watch your child's body language regarding their child care provider.
And watch the interaction between the teacher and the environment and your child to make sure that it's a safe and loving environment and it's what you want.
But also safety things also include things like opening up the refrigerator, looking for hanging cords that might be from the window treatments, or looking at cables that are coming from possibly CD players where music is playing. Parents should ask, how often are your carpets cleaned? Also, safety issues include things like, are the teachers CPR and first aid certified? When was the last time the teachers went to training? When is the last time you had a fire drill? at this building? How long does it take you to get my child out?
Is there a fire extinguisher? Is there a smoke detector? Look for the cleanliness around the diapering.
The National Association for the Education of Young Children is the largest membership organization that supports teachers, parents, and children birth to age 8. There are actually 10 components that accreditation looks at very thoroughly. So if you go to an accredited center, you can be assured that this program understands developmentally appropriate practices.
Thanks for joining us today.
We look forward to seeing you again as we continue to bring you great advice on the topics that you've told us you care about.
We'll see you next time on Real Moms, Real Stories, Real Savvy.